During 1920s, American civil rights movement brought significant changes into the United States. It helped to improve lots of different immigrants' rights and living conditions in America. Although American government excluded lots of immigrations during 1920s, immigrants stayed together to against those exclusion laws issued by US government. They finally succeeded and brought diverse cultures into America and helped to promote the economics and social development in America during that period. Also, after being plundered by Americans for a long time in Native America, Native Americans also gained their rights and power in United States by some laws. The civil rights movement also helped them to gain the citizenship and equal rights in US. The Immigration Act of 1924 limited the number of immigrants that could come to the United States every year, and it excluded all the Asians in the United States. This act brought a suppression to all the immigrants in the United States and to those immigrants who want to go to US. As a result, US lost lots of cheap labor forces and diverse cultures from immigrants, but it also helped to give Americans more jobs to do in order to help them make a living. The Immigration Act of 1924 was not good at that time. It reduced lots of immigrations in America and brought terrible treatment to those immigrations in America. At the same year when the US government issued the Immigration Act of 1924, Native Americans in the United States got a huge improvement for their relationship with Americans. United States government passed the Indian Citizenship Act in 1924, which granted those Native Americans the full US citizenship. This act was significant in 1920s because it ended the unequal treatment between Native Americans and Americans. It helped to let Native Americans and Americans share their cultures and learn more traditions from each other during that time period. This is the picture that President Kevin Coolidge with four Indians after he signed the Indian Citizenship Act. During the early 1920s, Mexican Americans didn't get well treated in America either. In the early 1920s, lots of Mexican Americans worked at some agricultural places in America, but they were treated badly there. They usually had poor living conditions with low wages. The terrible conditions they had make them start to do strikes and complaining. In 1928, a group of Mexican Americans created the Confederation of Mexican Labor Unions. These labor unions helped to protect Mexican immigrants' rights in the United States and increase their wages and living conditions. The League of United Latin American Citizens were formed by several Latino service organizations in 1929. LULAC was formed to against the discrimination and segregation for those Latin Americans in the United States, and it also helped to improve the education among Latin America in the United States. It was important in 1920s because it promoted the equal rights between Latin Americans and Americans in the United States, and it also helped to provide education to Latin Americans and increase the living conditions for them. As a final conclusion, the immigrants and Native Americans helped to bring diverse cultures during 1920s in America and make the American culture more abundant. The civil rights movement helped to protect immigrants and Native Americans' rights and promoted their equality with Americans and increased their living conditions. The civil rights movement gives them a chance to separate their diverse culture into America and help to promote the economics in the United States.